Mitch and Ted, we welcome to the show cosmetic surgeon, Dr. James Chan.
A respectable, responsible surgeon.
Not like Dr. Kurt, we just heard about.
The frog of the face. What's happening now? Oh, but Dr. James Chan, we should say, is he's a renowned facial plastic surgeon. He's also an ear, nose, and throat doctor, so he knows the medicalness behind everything that goes on with the face. But he's also an artist, and his medium is plastic surgery.
Yeah.
And so he's done a lot of studying on the science of what constitutes beauty, what makes people beautiful. What do we, when we look at someone and we collectively empirically agree that is a beautiful person, what are the qualities that we're seeing that make us think that way? What do you have to say about that?
So it boils down to looking at proportions and how your face is proportioned and what makes things look good, symmetry, and things that are balanced. And really, that's what it comes down to. So when we make somebody look better, we're not trying to change who they are or make them look like somebody else. We're just trying to make them look better with what they have.
The most gorgeous version of themselves.
Correct.
Are most faces symmetrical, or is that not usually the case?
No, almost all faces are asymmetric.
Only Billy Idol.
Correct.
Really?
He was touted as one of the ones that is, or at least was. I don't know. I think that time and his lifestyle has changed that symmetry somewhat. Yeah, he was often touted as one that's just like he just is beautiful because of the way his facial features are.
Except for the sneer.
Ted, do you remember the movie from like the early 80s called Looker?
Yes, Albert Finney.
Was it Finney or Caine? Michael Caine.
It's Albert Finney.
It's Albert Finney?
Yeah.
So there was this movie called Looker, and it was that kind of thing. They were investigating the science, and they were doing it for commercial reasons. They wanted to find spokesmodels and advertisement models that had perfect faces. They were sort of lab creating and testing all these different things in the spiral. But then somebody was coming by with a looker gun, and they were taking out all the lookers, and only Albert Finney could decide if Brooks or whoever it was. It was really scary. So do people have that to worry about, being too gorgeous?
I think so. I mean, based on that.
Can a patient walk into your office and say, what can you do to me? Do they have to have an idea what they want, or
can
do
they just know they don't like it?
Not right.
Yes.
Yeah, so we get both. We get people who come in and say specifically, look, I don't like this, this particular thing. And then I have people who come in and say, I just don't feel like I look my best. What can you do? What are my options?
And then what's the process? Is it a computerized scan of their face or something?
First we just talk to them, kind of find out what they're looking for, and then also depending on what procedure they're looking for, like for example rhinoplasty or nose reshaping, we can do computer imaging. Pretty much anything that where you're looking at a profile shot, like
double
chin implants. Yeah, sometimes we can do it for liposuction of the chin. Those are things that you can do computer imaging for, at least right now with the technology we have. It's harder to do for things like facelifts and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, no, it's easy. You just put your hands to the side of your face and you go like this.
You take a selfie laying down. Then
and then you go, make me look like this. You pull your forehead up, pull this back, be like this is what I want right here. One thing that's fantastic / exasperating about Dr. Chan, as he knows from my hanging out and meeting with him, getting facials from Elaine Lightbourne, is a wonderful esthetician. He will refuse things that you don't need. It's very frustrating. Like you'll go and you'll be like, Doc, so I want this in my mouth and I want this and I want this and this. And he's like, well, no, because that's ridiculous and you don't actually need it. I'm like, yes, but I want it. I want to pay for it and buy it. He'll be like, nope, I'm sorry. And I'm like, dang!
Scruples.
Ethics.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it does boil down to, expectations and what people are looking for and what we can realistically deliver. I think that's the bottom line. Plastic surgery is not a magic wand. We haven't found that piece of equipment yet. But so that's why it's important to be able to talk to people and tell them what's realistic.
Has it ever happened for you that someone comes in with some sort of problem and you find out that it is actually, because of your experience and training, that it is actually something that can be solved medically rather than plastic surgery?
Yes, that happens a lot. There are times when, medications or, pills or topical things are actually better than surgery. Yeah.
Awesome.
Ethics.
Ethics! You can find out more about the science of beauty and how to be the most gorgeous version of yourself by checking out Dr. Chan's website, scheduling a consultation, or signing up for his newsletter, which has all the latest discussions and revelations about what's new in the surgical and non-surgical world. He answers some questions that are very common. Find out all this information and more by going to drjameschan.com or if it's Reviance Portland.
Reviance Portland.
That's the
ReviancePortland.com.
spa side,
Correct.
the medical spa.
It's right in there, though. It's real good.
All good stuff.
Thanks, Dr. Chan.
Thank you.